hear about challenges you face with equipment in your rental tool process. In fact, three numbers, 82, 46, 24, 15. And these three numbers we hear or need to increase visibility, accountability, and streamlining your processes to help achieve companies create greater cost controls and cost reduction in the rental process. According to a study with Texas A&M, 82% of companies in the commercial and industrial say that an increase in rental utilization would result in an increased operational ROI. In that same study, however, 46% of decision makers acknowledge that they do not track utilization. And then based on the data that RSC has tracked over the past several years, 24% of rental equipment is past the estimated return date. And the duration of those overdue rentals averages 15 days. Leaders like yourself share how equipment rental is affecting short and long-term strategies. Here's another way to look at it. Today, our customers tell us about different factors that affect their overall rental equipment scenario. Number one, they're decentralized, and decentralized process presents challenges to their overall effectiveness. Two, there's varying systems for managing the rental process. And three, you've got numerous vendors who are used to meet the company's rental needs. And then you've got multiple employees who are involved in executing the rental of tools and equipment. And then here's the largest, you've got multiple crafts or personnel that must provide the right tools at the right equipment at the right time. So what are the results of these three different factors impacting the equipment scenario? First, companies rent too much equipment. Thus, they have a duplication leading to waste across projects. Then often, equipment is kept out too long of a time frame, resulting in past due expenditures. And then finally, most critical is the complexity. You have employees have a variety of different systems, so jumping back and forth between computer systems and manual processes. So, I mean, the end result is too much, too long, and too complex. I mean, excessive rental costs, excessive time, and reduced productivity of your most valuable asset and precious asset is your people. You have total chaos. We call this the reactive fragmented process. So the greatest risk right now is not knowing how this approach threatens future goals. So effectively, how do we get from today to a desired future level of operational excellence is affected by your equipment management. Failure to move from this reactive process limits an organization's potential growth trajectory. So how do some of these best-in-class organizations address their equipment rental risk? You know, many do so only by choosing price as their determining factor. In the decision process. You know, they seek the lowest line item price and perceive advantages in terms of the way they effectively manage equipment rentals. In fact, price is shown to only have 1/6 the financial impact of truly facing the issues. You know, in other words, choosing to manage equipment rental by seeking the lowest price sends you down into this abyss in the too much, too long, too complex. You know, companies are choosing to work with RSC because they seek to find a better way in trying to bridge the gap between today and the future. You know, they recognize that equipment rental and overall equipment management affects employee productivity, employee engagement, and overall project success. And only by working with RSC will they achieve their organizational goals. I mean, let's look at each one of these goals on how best-in-class organizations are working with RSC to achieve those. The first goal. Is improve visibility and accountability. I mean, what if your team had a true insight to all aspects of the rental process? You know, with tools such as RSC Total Control. I mean, you can have unparalleled visibility management and the functionality to optimize the rental process, reducing redundancies and late rental returns. And with RSC's management by exception strategy, you can focus on actionable data based on criteria you define. I mean, to power you and your team to make the best strategic equipment decisions, I mean, some of these firms are leveraging and using GPS technology to help them get to those areas. The second goal is to streamline the process and operations. I mean, what if you had a partner that managed effectively? You know, with RSC's managed services strategy, you'll have that dedicated person familiar with your organization and processes to help assist you in making sure that the equipment needs are managed most effectively. I mean, you'll have the equipment and tools necessary to maximize productivity. Third goal is that of cost control and cost reduction. I mean, what if you had the right tools and the right strategy to make a substantial impact on your organization's overall equipment costs and ROI? I mean, with custom KPIs benchmarked against the industry, you and your organization will be empowered to operate at the highest level. I mean, you'll have custom data to validate and justify your rental decisions. And more importantly, you'll have actionable information to make future decisions. You know, companies are choosing RSC to deliver these goals, and we call this strategy RSC consumption management. You know, it's a new strategy that companies like yourself are successfully leveraging to magnify savings to a level of 6 times data price. And it can only be accomplished by working with RSC. You know, this bridge helps you cross the gap between today and future levels of efficiency that positively impacts your company. So, if you want to truly align all of the factors associated with the equipment rental company, and to go from a reactive, fragmented process to a rental program that's proactive, and you want to replace risk with success, then the only clear path is RSC. I mean, best-in-class companies or organizations are choosing to do just this. The combined powers of you and RSC will drive your organization to unparalleled future success. Let's, real quick, let me tell you about a major oil and gas company. $35, $28, and $3. In using consumption management and total control, this major oil and gas company increased 35% their utilization on key items. They decreased by 28% their rental spend. And here's the thing, they did it in just 3 months working with RSC. Now let's talk about how you and RSC will work together to achieve similar results. Are you in?